church. It is such an honor and a joy to be in the house of the Lord this morning to celebrate with our dad on this occasion of his 80th birthday. It's difficult to give a tribute to someone. You know, my daddy is unruly. That's always been daddy. He's comical, he's mischievous, and the older daddy has gotten, the worse it's gotten. So we just gotta put up with him. We gotta go along with the flow. But Daddy, Pabo, Granddad, Granddaddy, Grandpa, these are just a few of the names that we refer to this great man that God has blessed us with. A manly man, a man short in stature, but mighty in presence. When Daddy enters a room, people immediately pay attention to him and waits to hear what he has to say. His presence commands attention, commands respect. Daddy never wavered when it came time to discipline. Now, I only recall getting beaten once from Daddy. But the mere fact that at 43 I still remember, that should tell you something. But my older siblings would tell you, Daddy half killed them, these poor children. Danae would say, by the time I came along, Daddy was tired. Ah, Lord, ah, Lord. But Daddy, we thank you for being the disciplinarian that you were and still are, because it has helped to shape and to mold us into the people that we are today. We appreciate you so much. Daddy made it difficult for any man to come into his daughter's lives, as he personified what a real man was. You couldn't come around us half-stepping, because our dad was the model of what a man was supposed to be. He was strong, and all of his children are strong just like him. That's why Dion would always say she knows that God blessed us with our spouses, because we're not easy, just like Daddy. He was a great provider, always made sure that his family's needs were met, and we had the best of everything. Vacations were not a rarity, but the norm. No food was too good for us. Daddy always told me he'd rather clothe me than feed me, because I always ate a lot, and I always ordered the most expensive thing on the menu. When he would tell me, boy, you got expensive taste, I would say, boy, don't you know who my daddy is? True story. On a more personal note, you would have heard, some of you might have heard Daddy say this before, and my siblings, some of them don't like when he says this. But you notice he had a boy, a girl, a boy, another girl. And the largest age gap is between myself and Danae. Now, Mommy said she was finished having kids, but Daddy said he felt like he needed one more. So he begged Mommy to have me. So Mommy told him that if he wanted me, he would have to take care of me. Now, I don't know if back then Mommy was being serious or she was just being facetious. But I can truly say that my daddy took care of me. He took care of me. For the most part, Mommy took me to school in the mornings, except when I had early morning track practice. Daddy took me to track practice. He picked me up every day from school. I went to his office. I spent summers at his office. He fed me again. We had many lunches together. And when it was time for me to go to college, Daddy did not make it difficult at all. He said, okay, what do you need? And he made sure I went. After my first year, after he paid that bill, I got a number of scholarships and waivers, and he didn't have that hefty bill anymore. My daddy could have very well said, okay, you on your own, I'm gonna live it up. But no, Daddy said, you can move off campus, got an apartment. He furnished my apartment. He said, you still gotta go to school. He bought me a car. I never asked him for a car. he bought me a car. That's my daddy. That's what he did for me. Daddy, all of your children want you to know how much we love and we appreciate you. You always made sure that even though you were a pastor and you looked after your flock, that we were never neglected. I recall even with Mommy a few months ago, there was a situation going on and I asked Mom, I said, Mom, how have you dealt or how did you deal with difficult members? Have you ever felt the need to confront or to deal with members? My mom's response said a lot about her. Her exact words were, I didn't have to because I knew my place. Let that sink in for a minute. She knew her place. She said she was not the pastor. Her husband was the pastor. The members were not her responsibility. They were his responsibility. And Daddy took care of his responsibilities so well that Mom never felt the need to get into any spat, any confrontation, anything with any of the members of the church. So Daddy, on behalf of Mom, again, we thank you for being the strong man that you are and always taking care of us. We have a lot more to go as you're getting up in age now. I've noticed that you started milking some things, and that's okay. You've earned that. You know, sometimes Daddy would go quiet and you'd be like, Daddy, what's wrong? What happened? Oh, I just have. You know, Danae would call me sometimes in the morning after having a conversation with Daddy. What's wrong with Daddy today? He don't sound good. So I would go next door and check on Daddy. Daddy, what's wrong today? What happened? Hey, nothing happened. Not right here. That's what he would say. But we understand. You need that little attention now, and you've earned that. So in these, your latter days, we will take care of you. Your children, we pledge to take care of you in these last days. And indeed, we know that your latter will be greater than your former. So we love you, we thank you, God bless you, God keep you, and we honor you today as you look forward to celebrating your 80th birthday. God bless you.